On November 30th of 2022, ChatGPT was released for the public for the first time. In the year that followed, we would come face to face with the technological might of humanity for the first time. Today we're talking about what I believe to be the dangers of self-learning AI. No other work of technological innovation in human history has advanced as fast as ChatGPT has over the past 14 months. In that time span, we have gone from ChatGPT 1 all the way to ChatGPT 4, with each iteration of the model becoming even more advanced than the last. And to put that in perspective, we went from ChatGPT 1, the original model, being able to only answer questions at a very low level, producing basic responses and having little to no language skills, to now with ChatGPT 4 being able to pull from sources all over the internet at the same time, almost perfectly replicate a human essay or speech, and spitting out college level answers for basic questions. And while this technology is incredible, it's still one dimensional. And what I mean by that is, right now when you ask the current version of ChatGPT a question, it's text in, text out, meaning that you input a prompt or question and it will pull from its sources all over the internet, stitch them together, make a couple small modifications with its just that are programmed into it, and spit it out into text format. And while this is great and everything, this is a great tool, the AI itself does not actually initiate the interaction. And of course, this is just text in, text out currently, with a multimodal version coming later this year in 2024, or I believe early 2025. It's still prompt based. You still have to ask it a question and initiate an interaction. But a different type of program, known as self improving AI, does a bit more than that. Now, what is self improving AI? Well, self improving AI essentially is a program or code that exists in a box, in a state of complete self dominion. In other words, it has control over itself, but only within those set parameters, that box, per se. So essentially, the programmers or whoever may be interacting and in charge of that AI can put information in, but the AI cannot send anything out except text or whatever else it may be. But within that box, within those parameters, the program has the freedom to do whatever it wants. It's given access to source codes, data sets, and the other resources that it needs to improve itself or something that it's working on, but again, only within that box. And through the information that is fed into that box, the AI can begin to slowly but surely improve itself. And while currently purely experimental, many believe that this process can eventually evolve into being some sort of fully automated, self-improving system that can be completely self-reliant without the need for any outside interaction. So then now you might be asking, why am I making this video if you can find this all online pretty easily and this is pretty standard knowledge? I mean, a lot of people know this. Well, that's just because I wanted to talk about some of the worries and concerns I have regarding this type of AI. Well, for starters, and I cannot emphasize this enough, we cannot turn this into a competition between rivaling nations. That is just not a good idea. And simply meaning that we need to take our time and make sure we do this right, and not be rushing to beat other nations to this technology. We need to make sure that just within these set parameters, we are not overstepping into something that we don't know enough about. And another thing I'm worried about is how unregulated the programming of these systems is. And I'm worried that while seeking the help of private corporations and certain individuals is a good thing, in my opinion, we can't let these companies work on this kind of technology unsupervised. And I know nothing happens fast in government. I know that regulations take time to be passed, but I'm also really not the guy that likes to trust the government with this kind of stuff either, especially something this powerful, so I'm not really sure what to think on this particular portion of the issue. And my last issue is basically just, I have no issue with you researching it, allowing it to code itself. Just if you're going to let it do that, then just keep an eye on it. Run multiple trials with blank slates. Make sure that it's safe. Make sure it's not doing anything that it's not supposed to. And I want to make something pretty clear. I'm not anti AI. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I think that when it's used in the right way, AI is a great tool, and when it's used safely and securely, but I feel like that's exactly how it should stay, is a tool. Something to improve things and help build upon things that already exist, like writing code or fixing writer's block or just answering basic questions that someone might have about their health or something else. It shouldn't be turned into a weapon or something to make the world worse than it already is, but rather just make information more accessible and make the world better. And I know I really quickly ran over all of that super fast. I mean, this is not the longest video ever, but believe me when I say it's a lot more complicated than what I ran over in just my little summary. Like, you can find all that online. I felt like it would be a better use of my time to not explain all the basics of like ChatGPT and self-improving AI just in this video, because it would be multiple hours long. So I figured for sake of time, it'd be better to dumb it down a little bit and summarize it. But yeah, no, that is going to do it for this video. And I know this wasn't the usual video I post on the channel, but I figure I'm not going to stop posting my usual content, my history, disappearances, scary stuff, that genre of video. But I figured if I'm releasing 2 to 3 of those type of videos every week, I feel like every once in a while at least it'd be cool to kind of throw one of these in and talk about current events instead of something that happened a long time ago. And I feel like that'd be kind of cool. If you don't want to see it, that's completely fine. But I don't know. I enjoyed making this, and I feel like if you're unfamiliar with AI and all that stuff, this was not a good video to be educational. I just wanted to talk about my thoughts, and I want that to be very clear. It goes a lot deeper than what I covered in this video, and yeah, that's about it. So just make sure that you do your own research and just take it seriously. So yeah, that is going to do it, guys. Thank you for listening to my unhinged rant about AI for 7 minutes. I really do appreciate it, and I will have a new video up sometime in the coming days. It will be back to my regular content. I can't tell you what I'm working on. In my opinion, it's very cool, but you will have to find out when the time comes. So yeah, that is going to do it. I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much.